Take a lot of wounds, but it seems to be the wounds that come when we are young that are the most defining for us. They're the ones that shape us because we don't know how to deal with them. We don't have the experience at 8 or 9 or 10 years old to process them. There's nobody for us to talk to about these wounds. In fact, we're afraid to talk to anybody about them because of what they might find out about us. And we don't know how to handle that, and it shapes our lives. Every wound comes with a message. The message that I got came out of my wound. The perfection and the anger that came out of me came out of my 10-year-old wound. The message of my wound was that I was not important to my father, and that his time would be better spent if I was not around. So there I was, for all those years, trying to win my dad's approval, working hard at manly pursuits so that nobody could ever doubt that I was a man. I would put so much distance between me and anyone who might get close to me that they would never be able to see the insecure little boy inside. That's where all the perfectionism and anger came from. And that was my plan. To arrange for my safety, my plan to keep the mask in place. My plan for the perfect pose. All of the addictions that we practice, whether it's alcohol or pornography or gambling or you fill in the blank, they're not the issue. They're just medications for our wounds. We need the masculine blessing, the love and affection of a father to help heal our wounds. And all that other stuff from our individual stories is just trying to numb the pain inside us from the wounds we took as boys. It's God that we're looking for, whether we know it or not. And He is looking for us. We're just medicating. The issue is always the wounds beneath the posing. And when we let Jesus deal with the wounds, then we can get the victory over all of our addictions. Amen. And the posing falls away. What have you done with your wounds? And especially the father wounds. What have you done with your heart? I mean, men, we so mishandle this. I know I did. We minimize it. We dismiss it. We just distance ourselves from it. Or some weird combination that in our minds works for us. I've had many guys tell me, well, yeah, things were kind of rough when I was a kid, but you know, everybody's got a hard life. And then he'll tell me about his father who used to beat him regularly with a 2x4. And he's saying it's no big deal? Man, it is a big deal. The way your heart was handled when you were young is a big deal. It matters. For years I said to myself that it didn't matter that my dad had physically and psychologically abandoned me. And I thought that, well, maybe I'm past all that now. I mean, come on. I'm married. I've got kids of my own. I'm a senior non-commissioned officer in the United States Army. It can't be a big deal anymore. It's just denial. How that big river in Egypt? It was a big deal. It was so big a deal that it shaped my whole life. David in Psalm 51 says, "Surely you desire truth in the inmost being." We've we've got to be honest about these things. We've got to face ourselves and tell ourselves the truth. And that can be really hard. It matters so much. Do we continue to live with a contempt or shame for our younger wounded places in our lives? I hope not. Understanding our wounds and our posing is a good thing. But it doesn't restore you. It didn't restore me. You know what I mean? You still feel the same inside. And you're saying, so now I understand it. Thanks a lot. But I'm still wounded and I can't deal with it.